watching Metal Blade TV. I'm Don Jamieson from VH1 Classics That Metal Show, and we're hanging out here at Pikey's Pub. A bunch of the Metal Blade people and myself, we're celebrating. I've actually signed a record deal with Metal Blade, which I'm pumped about. It's my first live comedy CD, and I feel like I've gotten really close with a lot of the staff here. Bobby Slagel is the owner. He and I have become very close recently, and I'm really excited to be on the same label with a lot of my favorite artists like King Diamond, David Lee Roth, and As I Lay Resting, and Amon Amway. So I think this is going to be a really good fit for me to be on Metal Blast Records. And I'm here with a guy that I really consider a good buddy now. It's Bobby Slagel from Metal Blast Records. And I'm very excited to have been signed to your record label. How did this all come about?
Who are you? I'm sorry.
Jim Florentine, who's affordable.
I've not heard that name before.
Eddie Trunk.
Eddie Trunk. Wait, that sounds. Was he around like in the early '80s? Did he like sell records at a swap meet or something?
If you take a time machine back to the '80s, you'll find him. Yeah. No, of course this is the great Brian Slagel. Actually, in all honesty, one of my great metal heroes of all time. And I am actually thrilled to be on Metal Blade. And a lot of people have asked, how did this come about? So how did this come about?
Well, I guess you should thank your good friend Richard Christie for this a little bit. Obviously, we've known Don for a long time from That Metal Show and stand-up comedy and stuff. But for me, I knew who he was, and obviously was a big fan of The Metal Show. But it didn't kind of all come together until I went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of the Penguins, by the way. Go Pens. When Don was opening for Charred Walls of the Dam and did his stand-up comedy routine, I was like, wow, this is really cool, actually. So we kind of just talked afterwards, and he was like, I'd love to be on Metal Blade. And I said, well, that's funny, because I was just going to say I would love you to be on Metal Blade, and now we're in the comedy business. So,
well, it's imagine that a guy who wears a diaper to metal shows would actually be, to see this man right here would actually be the driving force for this to happen.
You never know who the conduit is going to be, right?
Yeah, but you wouldn't think it was a guy whose girlfriend has to take him into a changing station halfway through a show.
It's fun. Awesome stand-up, and it felt to me like, look, I'm a big fan of stand-up comedy, but I'm in no way a comedy expert at all in terms of how to market and promote it. But it seems like it all kind of fits hand in hand with the metal vibe and that metal show and so much stuff going on. So it seemed kind of like a natural transition for us to do something, and you were kind enough to accept our offer, and here we are.
But we're going to record it in dirty Jersey, as they say. And I don't care what those retards from the Jersey Shore say. It's not GTL, Gym Tan Laundry. Jersey is all about the 3 M's: malls, mullets, and metal. All right, if you can't get from Newark Airport down to the taping, you can ride in on the Situations abs.
No, thanks.
That's a sexy offer.
I'm not even going to arrive on Snooki's abs, so there's no way that's going
to... No one's found her abs in the last 15 years, so... And she's from Poughkeepsie anyway, so... You know what? If I didn't have a girlfriend, I would go there.
I would not go there. So.
You would not?
I would not.
Not even for the stat?
Not even for the stat.
Really? All right. All right.
I have very high standards,
Well, I don't. I like a woman who looks like an orange parking cone.
You wouldn't think that I would have high standards, but being the mega record executive I am, I do have standards.
He actually look at the standards he has. He brings his own wine to an Irish pub where the most expensive meal on the menu is $6.95. So.
Hey, by the way, this is a 2004 Margaux, very good, highly recommended, Chateau Montbrison. If you can get it, very reasonably priced, probably about $19, $20.
All right, well, before I get sleep apnea, I'm going to say goodnight here. From Metal Blade TV, the great Brian Slagel. Thank you, brother. I appreciate everything you've done for me. The great Don Jamieson. The sideburns, sexy as ever. Later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the one and the only Mr. Don Jamieson.